Now, the one thing that it is necessary to have in people's minds here, the 1990s was a horrific time for Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to set aside the question of our responsibility or what we did or couldn't have done, because the truth is, I will assert, and I would be happy to argue with anybody about that, this wasn't our fault and there wasn't much we could have done about it, frankly, anyway.
Are you talking about the 90s specifically?
About the 90s,
or about what's, yes.
About
Well,
the 90s.
the 90s were a catastrophe. My son-in-law, former son-in-law, was Russian, and he said often when he went to school, him and his close relatives who were also attending school weren't necessarily sure they were going to come home alive through much of the early 90s.
It was crazy. I was there in 1995 doing research in the Russian archives, and the ruble dropped from 3,000 to the dollar to 5,000 to the dollar in the 5 weeks that I was there doing research. One time, it was absolute. I went to the first McDonald's on Tverskaya Square as it opened, and it was an amazing thing. So I saw a little bit. I mean, I was standing around. There were guards with AK-47s guarding vegetable markets as I would walk by them. Why was that going on? Because everybody was getting cuts and their rival gangs were controlling every aspect of it, and it was completely insane. It was a horrible period for Russians to live through. And it was an unbelievable humiliation for someone like Putin, who believes in Russia, that Russia should be one of the world's two superpowers, to have gone through that experience.